I'm Darwin Sampson from The Frequency, and you are watching the We Make Music Happen video blog. We have a really great PA and light system for a smaller club. It's not, Madison Square Garden style stuff, but the sound in here is really great. I think that we have a staff that is very comfortable with musicians, that enjoy musicians, and we love music here. I mean, we pay attention to the details. We make mistakes. We try and correct them, but we care. That's the biggest reason. I own the business. I clean. I do booking. I do whatever I need to do to keep the business open, essentially. My focus, the thing I spend the majority of my time doing, is booking. Mainly my focus is local and regional touring acts with the occasional national act. As I'm in an agreement with Majestic Live, and they handle a lot of the bigger national acts like the Lumineers or here in Macklemore and stuff like that. Take the steps to understand what it's going to take to get booked at the club that you're looking for. But the first step is seriously just look at the website. 9 times out of 10, a club will have booking procedure outlined, or at least tell you who to get in contact with. Just cold calling the club and leaving your phone number on the machine isn't gonna get it done, because 9 times out of 10 I'm calling those people back and saying, hey, look at the website, read the information included there, and shoot me an email. Most of the local bands I deal with are pretty good. They understand the process we have here. There are a few that are a little green and don't do the research. I would say that's the biggest thing that bums me out, is that they haven't taken the time to even look at the website. Like, someone will request a date, but it's obviously booked, it's on my calendar. In a booking email, you can kind of get the sense that someone has dealt with a booking agent, be it on a local level or a national level. You can really tell the bands that have done the research and understand how the process works. They know they're not going to get a weekend night right away. Don't have multiple people in your band emailing clubs, calling clubs, because it's hard enough to remember one person's name, let alone 3 people who are contacting, So start there. Make sure it's one person doing the booking. Rookie move is to not send music along with the submission. Writing me an email that says, hey, I'm in a band, we want to play. Okay, well, where are you from? Who are you? What do you sound like? These are things that any booker is going to want. Have your materials ready. Have music ready to go. If you have a website, have that ready to go. If you only have a physical thing, send that out before you contact the club. Give a couple weeks and go from there. And just try and be meticulous and detail oriented, because the more prepared you seem, the more likely you're going to get taken seriously by booking agent. Add 1 to 2 months to any time frame that you've got worked up in your head. If you think you're going on tour in September, you better start booking in June and July. You better have your ducks in a row. That's the biggest thing for touring bands. I see so many bands try and book a 2-3 week tour within a month and a half of the dates that they want to do it. And the nicer clubs, and that's not to say other clubs aren't nice, but the more prepared clubs are booked 3 months in advance, or they at least have holds. Look at the club, make sure it's a good fit first and foremost. You don't want to play a place that, you don't want to put a metal band in a coffee shop, that kind of thing. You want to know what you're getting into. Places that are dealing with bigger acts, you've got to be ahead of the game. So that's the first thing, is make sure that you are way planned in advance, at least 3 months. It might take a month to get in touch with a booking person. I get emails, and I tell them it might be 4 to 6 weeks before I can even respond. Now, I try not to wait that long, but the more lead time you give yourself, the greater success you're going to have. That's the biggest thing. If you're from out of town, you absolutely have to have it. You'll get bands who email out of the blue and say, hey, we want to play on a weekend, fit us in. Well, it's a complex puzzle. There are only so many bands and only so many weekends, and the odds of me being able to just randomly squish band A onto a bill on a Friday or Saturday night is slim to none. So if you really want to play a weekend at a good club, you want to have that local support lined up ahead of time, because that's going to be one of the first 2 questions that a booker asks you. Number 1, what's your draw here? Number 2, well, you don't have any draw. Do you have any local bands that you can play with? Those are probably the first 2 questions you're going to get. I think that through experience, I've seen bands like Sexy Esther play their first show here. Bands like Fox, then all of a sudden, where they are, So that doesn't have anything to do with the club so much, but I think that a lot of bands want to play here as, part of their first experience, because we do try and make it friendly for the artist. I tend not to berate people when they do stuff that pisses me off, but I'll let them know, hey, think about doing it this way next time. But a lot of bands are really good at what they do, and they're learning a lot. The reason I love the Frequency is just because you get to experience great music. I've met incredible people that I'd never met before, including yourself. And you have seriously, just some of the weirdest experiences that you'll ever have in the industry. Some good, some not so good, but it's all kind of part of the same pie. And it's a great job for a person that loves music like I do. I'm Darwin Sampson, and you're watching and listening to the We Make Music Happen video blog. Cool.
Thank you, Darwin.
No problem, man. Anytime. That shit's fun.